Welcome to my presentation. And I'd like to say thank you very much for everything, especially for my small group coming to witness my tutor. And also I'd like to thank the school, the staff, and also the participants for this 9-month training. I've learned so many things, but I will not mention them all. So just for my start, to begin my tomorrow, I will present a very short idea. So it is already in Tetere, Don Bosco. If I tell up myself, you see Tetere here. I did not put Tetere. Don Bosco Training Center, that is where I come from. And of course, during my study, I know that organic farming techniques is very important for livelihood of the people. So in my school, we normally 50% in farming, chemical farming 50%, and organic farming also 50%. So I'm thinking tomorrow I go back, and then I'm thinking to totally wipe out the idea of chemical farming in my school and continue to develop my new skill in organic farming to emphasize in my school. So as we know that organic farming is a perfect way of life, because it does not destroy anything in our environment or surrounding areas. It does not destroy the soil. It does not destroy our life. All these things are connected. And if they are disturbed, then our life will be disappear. So therefore, we know that organic farming is a healthy way of doing farming, and as well as it is sustainable. It keeps life a bit longer. Sustainability. So then, what we think that destroys our life? What destroys the soil? All of us know very well that there is chemical. And wherever we find ourselves throughout the observation trips around Japan, we come to notice that, yeah, chemical is the great killer of human life. So we see that chemical farming is not good. Chemical fertilizers, chemical pesticides, chemical herbicides, they are poisons to our body. And not only those chemicals, but also our human activities, our own villages, communities, how we do farming back home. It also contribute to destroy the soil in case of slash and burn cultivation. It is our own practice, but also it also destroys our environment. Because we cut down trees from the forest, we destroy the forest, we expand land very excessively, and then also we burn the topsoils, which is we destroy the humus, the part of the soil that produce nutrients or fertilizers for the soil to give power, energy to plant crops and vegetables. And not only that, also we practice monoculture. Monoculture, we usually plant things year after year in the same place. And this is also reduces the power of the soil more and more. And also we spoil the soil. So therefore we know that organic farming is the only way. Organic farming is very simple. Only we produce food that is healthy for us to eat. We don't want to eat chemical. We want to eat food that can help our life to live and to enjoy and to be happy. Only focus on healthy food. And how we can do this? How we can create the food that is healthy for us to eat. What does it, how we can make it? It is through organic farm technology or techniques or agriculture, whatever you can say. And what is that? What does it mean? This is some of the examples. Whenever we start doing farming, or whenever we plan to make our farm areas, first of all, we must think how we can do. It's not just go and do what you think to do. But you can monitor the whole environment and see the possibility, what possible way you can make. Also the sun is a good direction to study or to learn when you make farming. Where the sun rises and where the sun sets. And you make your farming accordingly. Design, field designs, what they say. You make your field designs and then you plan out, because crops are not the same. Crops are possibly families, and they have different characteristics accordingly. Some crops can rip out the energies from the soil, the nutrients, and some crops can return back the nutrients into the soil. So they connect each other. And there's no need for us to move as far as we can do farming. Because also we can preserve our own life, we preserve our children's life, and we preserve our future generations. They still need to live. They still need land to survive. So by these techniques, we share life with happiness. Okay, so that is one example that here. Legumes, leaves, fruits, and roots. They are rotating each time. So we will never have needing to buy fertilizer in this technique. We will need to buy chemical fertilizer in this technique. So therefore, there are a lot of things to talk about here. And techniques that we can use, we want to see the soil structure. The soil that we see that plants can grow well. Or we can see our environment must be well balanced. And there, of course, we need also biodiversity around our farming areas. Recycling, right varieties of crops and climate, and also multi-layer structures. This is the idea of the forest. And I can show you best if you go to the forest. I'm very good in the forest, not on the cement. So, my school, as it may concern, my school is mainly focused on farming. A very basic style farming. It's not technical, it's not high level. It's very, very slow style of farming. So therefore, in a very small scale. And we try to train students to become self-sufficiency. Yeah, try to go back to the village and they can survive by themselves by doing something like planting something. Yeah. So we train students to be taking care of their own life, their family, and their community as a whole. And also that every year we have students coming from all over the country. We invite the students who are dropouts and living all over the places, have nothing to do. They come every year. And almost around 80 to 70 students who come to take part in this program. Agriculture, farming, or farming, learning about farming. So therefore, we promote these practices. We try to teach them. And this is what I want to do when I go back to Japan. My new strategy for my students. What shall I do? What they're going to learn? They are going to learn how to rest. That. They're going to learn how to caught a fish. They will learn how to take care of the animals like cows. They will learn how to raise pig. They will learn how to raise goats. They will learn how to take care of their diet. They will practice how to make wood shackles. They will practice how to make biogas liquid. They will learn how to make wood vinegar. They will learn how to make bokashi. They will learn how to make photosynthesis bacteria. They will learn how to make fermented plant juice. They will learn how to make fermented fruit juice. They will learn how to make fermented feed through their own local resources. This is one whole unit of organic farming. All this. Very simple like that. One whole unit. And if we succeed, I don't say that I will succeed now. Next year will be like a trial base of the idea. A trial base. I don't know whether it will happen to be what I see here, or it will be get worse. I don't know. But if it's possible to be flourish and I'm getting satisfied, I want to out from the second. This is a school. This is my school base. And then I switch my work to another sector. And that is how I try to look at my community farmers. That I also mentioned in my first step of my reflection paper about this. I try to involve the farmers, make awareness program. Help them to try to understand what is going on. What is the activity? They try to see by themselves. Try to make an open discussion with them. Share idea. What is the opinion? What is the problem? We try to make some kind of a field study tree program. This is not like Japan, but I know maybe some farmers just like this. It's at a building, maybe small. Few things they plant. We try to observe those things and see how well they do. And then we can help each other in trying to find solution. This is what they call FMA or FMS. Farm Management Activity or Farm Field Study. And I think it is, I make a good start. This would be an area of farmers field study for the farmers in the rural areas. And lastly, I think because we are learning about locality, the local resources that we have, I will not take anything from Japan to go to Solomon Island. It's everything already there in my country, in my locality. That is why I want to promote the local knowledge. This local knowledge is very important, and only maybe the old people know better. The old people in the community, in the village. I want to involve these people, or try to be close with them, big time, time after, bit by bit, to try to find out the knowledge, how about, they know about the locality. Yeah, those local people that some 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, maybe they know more about the place and how things is happening in the place. So they may be also resourceful people to be invited in the activity. And
Nice. First question.
Okay.
You are a teacher. I would like to see how would you be able to share to the students in the school. Of course, the school has a farm, but to the students, how will you be able to share with them this? Of course, you have FMA and FSS, but you have already a system before, and now you have a new idea from Japan. Now you are going. How will you be able to make it a part of the teachings in this high school?
Yeah, actually, I think as we a little bit try to talk about the first place. First place, a little bit talk about chemically uses and organic. So, therefore, I think the purpose of coming here is another thing that I'm thinking about. And my learning here, I think it is no more barriers in front of me to implement when I go back in my school. So far, I think that the school is not under the government influence. It is kind of a private school that we run, and whatever ideas between the higher level of the school and with me, I think it is not a barrier between us. It's the purpose to sending me here, and when I go back, I think it is also their purpose to use me to implement all these things.
If you compare to show your
Okay.
final paper.
This is only the should be my way forward, because I say stop chemical farming. If you say stop chemical farming, that means you must find some alternative. And this should be here. This is my school. Actually, lab knows this is our school, my lab school and my school. Yeah. His dream is for me to come here, and now I'll tell him my dream. This is my dream. He already fulfilled his dream. That is, I'm here now, I'm back. So I'm telling him it's my dream now. So this is my school. All we have, what I'm talking about already. Everything we have here, and this is my new idea. All these things are a waste all over the place. Nobody knows what to do. And my first step to try to collect everything together and make use of it so that it can be a better purpose for another thing.
What is your role for your other teachers? For the student, I understand. How about for other teachers? How do you want to involve them? Or
Yeah.
you want to do by yourself?
It's not by myself. I think it's not by myself. Because we have some 8 teachers, I think, all basically on farming. And we have different areas. Like one teacher look after the chicken, one pigs, like that. So for this reason, it's not by myself. For me, it's not by myself, but I will try to collect them. And we try to focus on one goal. Focus to one goal.
So what is your role for that?
Huh?
What is your role?
My role is to guide. It's not whipping anymore. No whipping anymore.
Only 10 seconds. So